How are you doing? This Martin from Gardens for Life. So we got some wood chips now. It's a new growing season, although we could have done this work during the winter time, but we were otherwise occupied. And just wanted to show you guys these wood chips are a great material to drought proof your garden. So we just put up a new article on that as well. So these wood chips or branch mulch are normally made up of lots of different types of trees, and which is great for the soil life. Diversity is always good, and we always encourage that in our methods of gardening. And the mulch will actually break down over time as well, to give long-term fertility to the soil life. And a lot of minerals in that are actually contained by the wood as well are released, and the plants will be able to absorb it once the soil life has digested it and make it available to the plants. So you can see here there's a bit of green material in it, and that's always a good thing if you want it to break down quicker. And there's no harm, because we don't mind it actually aiding the compost that we put on as the first layer. So putting on a good thick layer of this branch mulch on your garden beds will help to make the beds more drought proof. And you won't have to go about watering the beds even if it doesn't rain for a week or two. And once your plants have established, you never need to water them if you have them mulched. It's also great for keeping the UV rays off the soil, because those will actually kill the microbials in the soil as well. And it makes for a great habitat for insects as well. And people say you'll have problems with slugs. We find that it's fine. Our plants are healthy and they grow quickly. The slugs can't even keep up. Although we do grow them as seedlings first in the greenhouse. And we also wrap a bit of copper wire around our table legs as well. And we keep the greenhouse relatively dry, at least the floor. So we don't have that issue. Jason, I nearly forgot to mention the fact that you actually don't need to do half as much weeding. Maybe about 99% less weeding if you mulch with wood chips. And as you can see, the cats like sleeping in it too, so they protect the plants from rodents, and especially fresh plants from rabbits as well. Rabbits come along and eat your flower bulbs. You won't have that problem anymore. And you want to see how healthy these plants are. This is a 1-year-old oregano plant. I'm not joking, this plant only was started about probably about April, I'd say about the end of April last year in 2018, and look at the size of it. It sure as hell survived the winter, but it did almost die back to the ground. As you can see here, that's all that was left basically, these few bits here, over the winter. But look, it has come back strong, and we're probably going to take a cut from this now, harvest the whole thing, hang it up with a string in the living room, over the stove, or even in the kitchen actually, dry it slowly, keep a lot of the oils in, and just have it for the winter then. So the wood chips provide a perfect medium for plants and help the plants to grow very, very healthily. As you can see, that's a sage plant as well. We have strawberry plants over here. Like, these have only started to leaf out a few weeks ago, and look, they've already got flowers on them to produce berries. Hopefully we get some this year, but we'll report back on that. As you can see here, they're very healthy strawberry plants. I mean, we've seen them a lot of the time in pots and they don't do as well, but with the mulch it really helps. So this little section of the garden was only planted in the summer last year, and this josterberry has only been planted just before the winter, about 6 months ago. And look at the size of it. It's fairly substantial already. 1.5 foot worth of growth in the last 6 weeks. It did very well. If you want to see more of our projects, like see how the wood chips and compost method works and how good results you can achieve, you can always check out our projects page on our website. It's gardensforlife.ie. Here is some marigold that actually survived the winter. It's become perennial. So as you can see here, the wood chips make for a great path making material as well, and also it's lovely as a material that you can use to level the floor as well, and to make it lovely and even. This is where we grow our plants, in the greenhouse. This greenhouse is only up for about the last 2 weeks, and we've already filled it with tables and plants as well, as you can see. Plenty of vegetables there, and some tubers and some Jerusalem artichoke, and sure, we'll do a tour eventually now, and also a video on these tables that we make ourselves from pallets. Very simple and very effective and almost free. So be sure to check out the article on drought proofing that we just put up on our website. The link is in the description if you're coming from YouTube. Otherwise, you've probably already seen it. Thanks a million for watching. All the best. Bye bye.